Hey guys, so we actually have quite a bit of stuff to cover today. We're going to break down the new free-to-play GIBLET. I think it actually is pronounced with a jib sound, not a gib sound. I think it's actually GIBLET. Free-to-play GIBLET. We have the equipment for LF Trunks and Vegeta, and then we also have a Zenkai Awakening for GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So those three things we're going to go over, and then I think we also have a new Awakened equipment just because I think the Rush reset this week. So we will start with GIBLET here, and we'll see what he's able to do. The art is really nice on this guy. He's red. However, we know that he can go dark type, which is the first character that we've ever seen able to go dark type. So let's go ahead and see what he's going to do here. Stat-wise, that's pretty low offenses. He's a defense type, huh? So he'll be mid 240s to offenses, which is pretty bad. Defensively, he's pretty good for a free character. I mean, low 170 for strike defense, mid 170s for blast defense. Honestly, for a free character, that is not bad. Normal strike and a blast. He's only on the Saiyan tag, which, I mean, there's a lot of Saiyans in the game, but that being his only tag is a little bit disappointing. Normal strike, normal blast. The blue card is Wild Cannon. Massive damage, 30% of special move damage inflicted for 3 counts upon activation. Seals all enemies' main abilities for 5 counts on hit. That's interesting. I don't think we've ever seen an effect like that on a blue card. That's the first time, I believe. The green card is a stop time event. Draws 1 new card, 10% health, 50 ki, 20% damage for 15 counts. Shortens sub count by 3 to self for 15 counts, and then cancels own attribute downgrades. Okay, I mean, it's probably at this point a pretty standard green card, nothing insane. Main ability, switches own element to element dark for 30 timer counts. That is really insane. Like, I actually anticipate this guy to be pretty bad in terms of his unique abilities because of how ridiculous that is. The ability to just be type effective against every single character in the game is really, really stupid. Okay. There's a reason we've never seen any summonable character have dark type. So I do anticipate his unique abilities to be pretty bad because of this. Destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 4 new ones. Okay, so he has a hand refill. 20% healing, 50 ki, 20% damage permanently. He gets his full vanish gauge back. Cover null for 10 counts. Wow, this is a monstrous main ability. This is a better main ability than a lot of summonable characters. I mean, just the fact that he's going type dark is pretty crazy. He's getting a full hand, cover null, and getting vanish gauge back, and healing, and getting ki, and getting damage. What the hell is this main ability? This is one of the best main abilities, I think. Like, this is crazy. All right. Oh, he has a real Z ability. 35% to Saiyans, Game Originals, or Red, Strike and Blast Defense, and then 18% to Game Originals, Strike Attack. Yeah, that's a real Z ability. Typically, free-to-play characters don't have 35% to stats. That's interesting. All right. Twisted Morality. 20% damage inflicted against Tag Saiyan. Okay, that's a good start. Falling effect self when battle starts. 100% damage. Reduces damage received by 70%. 70% key recovery and card draw speed. All right, I mean, that's a better start than I was thinking we'd get with this guy. That's a good start. Falling effects occur according to the number of times this character has been on the battlefield. Okay, so he wants to start on the battlefield is what you're telling me. Reduce enemy key by 20. 2 or more times inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. Minus 10% of the strike and blast its power for 10 counts. And then 3 or more times he gets cover null for 10 counts. Wow. Okay, that's not a terrible condition. So what you do is you just lead with this guy, and then after you switch him out, oh, there's the cord. That's interesting. Never seen that ever. Give it a second. I'm gonna have to like recalibrate this, I think. But you start with him and you switch him out twice, and he gets cover null every single time from that point moving forward. That's pretty good. Following effects occur every time this character uses a striker or blaster's card. 5 ki, 10% vanishing gauge. That's like God Goku. Inflicts all enemies with minus 20% health restoration for 5 counts. Yeah, that's solid. Shortens own sub count by 2 when enemy activates a special move, arts, ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush. Really? Is he gonna get endurance? Only by 2 though. It's like PyCon Gogeta. Huh. Okay. Reduce impact and slice damage received by 10%. That's really good. Wow. Remember, 80 to 90% of all damage in this game is impact damage. So he has 70% here, and then he's getting another 10% against specific damage here. Yeah, that's good. Following effects occur when changing cover, destroys 1 card, -2 card draw speed levels, all enemies. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Applies the following effects to self every time when faced with an enemy. Randomly draws 1 new card, 15 key, 30% damage, and then 80% damage inflicted. 80%. Following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below when hit by an enemy's arts attack while this character is in the battlefield. Okay, so this is going to activate mid-combo. Switch... Oh! He has multiple ways of going dark. Switches own element to dark for 30 counts. Restores own health by 30%. Shortens allies' sub counts by 5. And then destroys all of your enemies' cards. I'm not gonna... He's definitely... Okay, so we knew he was gonna be able to go dark. And because of that, I was anticipating this guy to be pretty underwhelming. Because of how... Like... I'm sure by the time this video goes up, because I'm a bit late to do this, you guys would have already probably used this guy or fought against him. Being able to just have type advantage at all times is pretty stupid. Like, that is a ridiculous ability in this game. There's a reason we've never seen it before. So I was anticipating this guy to be really, really bad, actually. But that is certainly not the case. So he's getting... Let's assume you're fighting a Saiyan character. He's getting 20% here. 20% here, that's 40. 100 here, it's 140% damage. He's getting 30 here, that's 170% damage. And then 80 here, that's 250% damage inflicted while being effective against all types. Huh. I don't know. This guy seems pretty interesting. Plus, he also has the extra damage reduction here. Huh. Red Saiyan. You can get Kakarot Goku's Zenkai ability. Let me just check something. If we filter by Red Saiyan. He's getting Kakarot Goku's ability. He's getting this guy's ability. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, no, this guy. This guy gives him... Isn't this guy Red Saiyan? Yeah. Okay, so he can get a few Zenkai abilities. I actually kind of like what I'm seeing with him. As a free character, he's got to be the best free-to-play character. I don't think... Is there another free-to-play character in the game, at least recently, that has touched this guy? Like, I don't think this guy's going to be as good as, like, Zenkai Kid Goku was or something like that, but... Like... 18 I would consider to be a pretty damn good free-to-play character, and I don't think she's touching. I mean, I'm gonna have to test this guy first, obviously, but I mean, this guy's looking pretty good, at least upon initial inspection. All right, let's move on to the Zenkai for Super Saiyan 3 Goku, if we can find him. There he is. Oh, is this not even out yet? This might not be in the game yet, actually. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's in the game yet. Okay. I will probably do another separate video talking about this then. This guy's Zenkai is currently not live. I think this guy's Zenkai comes out in like 2 days. Okay, there's the cord again. Let me actually pause and recalibrate this real quick. All right, yeah, so this guy's Zenkai doesn't come out for a few days. So I'll make a different video talking about this. I think this is a very clear indication that part 3 is going to be somehow related to GT, which is what I was saying anyway, so... Okay, let's take a look at some equipment here. By the way, I did already farm up the Trunks and Vegeta equipment, so we can take a look at that in a second. I think there's some other stuff we have to look at as well. Let's see. Anything? No, nothing over there. There's definitely a new awakened equipment. I know that much. Yeah, their equip is right here. We'll come back up to this in a second. Let me just check. Oh, there is one. Oh, it's the God Goku one. This could be interesting because this has pure stats in slot 3. All right, so this is for God Ki and Saiyan, which is what I believe the original one was for anyway. Strike defense 22%. Okay. Strike defense again 15%. Blast defense 15%. Special move damage 10%. 37% strike defense. 3 to 6% pure strike per tag Saiyan or God Ki battle member when this character enters the battlefield. Okay, they changed things up a bit with this. I don't know. There's only one other equipment I can think of that has this wording, and it's the First Form Frieza's unique equipment. Let me actually see if I can find that, because it does have, I believe it's the exact same wording on that. First Form Frieza's equipment. It might not be. I might have to filter for it if I can't find it, but his First Form Frieza's unique equipment has the exact same wording, I believe, as that one. And the reason why that matters is because that equipment actually does activate when you enter the battlefield, as it says. Give me a second, I'll find it. Okay, yeah, so here's the First Form Frieza equipment. He gets 8% to pure strike and blast defense per Frieza Force or Lineage of Evil battle member when this character enters the battlefield. This is, of course, different wording than what we typically see for pure buffs on equipment. It's usually strike and blast defense per Frieza Force or Lineage of Evil battle member or something like that, right? Battle member, you know, that's the word. Let me see if I can just find a better example. Like this equip right here. 5% of strike attack for each tag transforming warrior battle member, but it doesn't specify when this character enters the battlefield. So if you have a dead ally, let's go back to the equipment. If you have a dead ally, when let's say you're using the new LF God Goku and you have this on this God Goku, and you have a full God Ki team, but you have a dead ally, you're only going to be getting 2 instances of that slot 3 buff instead of 3 instances because you have a dead ally. So that does actually matter a little bit. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. This is still a very, very powerful equipment, which I'm certainly going to be farming up at least 2 of these. But yeah, this is a good equip. I just think it's worth noting that that slot 3 does actually get weaker if you've dead allies, which we haven't really seen that too much, but it's worth mentioning at least. All right, let's go up to the Trunks and Vegeta equipment. Here we go. All right, so I already know what this does. I haven't obviously used the character yet, but let's go ahead and go through what this is able to do here. 15% health, 40% to base defenses, and 15% to health restoration in slot 1. Health restoration, I think, is pretty important for this character because they have a lot of ways to heal, especially the Vegeta side. Slot 2, 40% to base offenses, 30% to inflicted damage, kind of around where I think I was expecting them to do for this character. I thought it was going to be like 25 or 30%, so 30% is fine. Special move damage, 15%, and then a base Ki recovery at 40%. So far, it's looking pretty decent. Slot 3, restores own Ki by 30 when this character enters the battlefield, applies the following effects to self when this switch ability is activated with Trunks, aka you switch into Vegeta. Draws a blast card, restores Ki by 30, and then gets 1 card draw speed level for 5 counts, which basically is a double card draw speed buff because the character already has card draw speed level 1. So, I think if you guys go back to the video I talked about yesterday, this is actually pretty in line with what I was hoping for on this equipment. And I think they did a good job. I think this is exactly what they needed to do, but but this is like half of what this character needed, I think. This is on the right track, and I think they targeted the correct areas of this character that needed help the most. But this is about half as good as it should have been to get this character like really looking competitive. I don't think this character is going to be looking mega competitive with this equipment. They're just they've been out in the sun for too long, I guess is the phrase I'll use to describe the situation for this character. They've been out in the sun for too long, and you're like, you know, instead of bringing out like a bucket of water, you're bringing out like, I don't know, like an ice cube or something. You're bringing out like a packet of water or something instead of the amount that they need to get back into the fray. But this, in terms of the buffs that the character wanted, this is actually exactly, they understood what the character was lacking. I think these are definitely very good buffs for this character. Not a bad unique equipment, but again, I just don't think this is going to make the impact that it should have made. So we'll see. We'll end up testing him out later, but okay, so those are going to be the two things we're going to go over in this video, the equipment for Vegeta and Trunks, as well as the free-to-play GIBLET. Let's go ahead and enter, I guess, the next video where we're going to talk about the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Zenkai. I'll probably have to change my phone's like date and time settings or something to see it, but let me know what you guys think of the equipment as well as GIBLET. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.